So now let's create one class, new. They got here or not? Because sometimes they got here, we can use also, I don't think so. Content provider we can do, but not today. Because I check, this is the only one actually, usually let's say activity, I encourage you to do. Even service also don't do, we do ourselves. Depends. Like content provider, I check, right, it's okay, it's nothing inside also. This one is okay. The rest, sometimes I don't like. There is nothing, so we have to do ourselves, Java class. Okay, so it's a DB helper, so you can call him whatever DB helper you want. Since it's a class, I call it my DB helper, which is, if you don't like, I just put DB helper also can. Okay, just click OK. So it will be a class that actually you have to extend. What to extend, I think you can remember. You have to extend from this class. This is the slide. Please extend this class, SQLiteOpenHelper. So you should just type. This one only import, so actually you can just find it right away. Just type SQLite OpenHelper, the first one. I always use the same database. So actually you actually learn the same database system for both. Just that actually the API is different. So error, right? How to fix? Shortcut, Alt Enter. Okay, so Alt Enter, there are two methods you need to implement. Just enter. onCreate and onUpgrade. You have to override because it's abstract. So just click OK. The abstract means you have to override no matter what. And then there will be one more error. You need a constructor. So just come here and then fix also. Create a constructor. Okay? It doesn't matter, we will modify ourselves. Okay? So this one no more error. This is just a very simple DB helper. Okay? This one is a constructor. You call this, you actually will call this. And then whenever you call the constructor, if the database is not created, for example, our database is not created yet, no such folder, no such file, then it will call this. It will call, where is my slide? You will call this method. But when the folder is there, the file is there, it will no longer call this. But it will just do the constructor standard. Okay, that's all. That's why I said, right, if you set up the table, everything done, right, it's fixed, it's done already. You need this to do any and modifications. Even our testing now also annoying. You make a mistake, you either have to uninstall or clear data. If not, you can't even continue. Because you update again from here, it doesn't work anymore. The file is created. You fix also is still the old one there. Because this is not call anymore.
Sorry, basically just now you say call and not call when it's called.
No, this is called once and that's all.
If
the database file is created, that's all.
Yeah,
done already.
This info actually, if I want to find Google, how to find when it is called, when it is not called.
You probably just need to check for their SQLite data. I don't know what way they put there. Got d.idle.com got SQLite direct. I'm not sure. What's this slow one? Yes. Complain.
I think you are not connecting to ES.
You are not changing back.
You change back to.
I didn't change back, It's still yes. From my point of view, it's still yes,
Oh.
See? It's just really 50%, right? I mean the power is really low. Okay? Cannot, never mind. Never mind, if you really want to see, right, just put it here. Just put a log here, just so that you can see, right? It's actually only called once. That's all. IoT sensor. I just put IoT last time. I lazy also.
So to double check the info, sometimes we forget. So basically.
Oh, the slide got. I don't know whether my slide got or not.
Slide.
Okay, so just to let sure. Okay, so how is it being done? Come here and then do . Okay, so now this one all four have to be filled up. Context doesn't matter, we already have. So, but I need the name of the database. So our case, right, it is I also think lazy to think of a name. I did not DB. This is a factory. Factory, usually now, version. This is our first version, put 1. And then because of that, we actually hard-coded all 3 parameters, right? You don't have to supply them already. So technically, when you want to construct, right, just need to put a you put a context inside. Because this you usually call from an activity or a service, so it's okay. You always have context from that. Okay. So the next one, right? See whether I'm good or not. DB dot execute query, and then do the whole string. Okay. And then make sure they are inside the double quote. So if I'm not mistaken, it should be create table dot inside. Okay, this is table name. No lah, we do quite tough. This is data. Okay, this one table to be created. Okay, data don't have ruler, doesn't matter. Data can. Okay, and then you start the column Okay, and then end the statement This semicolon, right, is the one actually very annoying. Because you are doing a SQL statement, it actually ends with its own semicolon. You see, I think it's bracket. Sorry, bracket. That's why I say copy paste. Or actually we check one time, just to be safe. Bracket, right? Bracket. Okay, create table, and then just comma, depending on how many columns you want. So if you want many columns, you just keep on writing there. Okay, the only difference is actually if you probably need to make it one line. If not, right, if you enter, right, he actually will do for you also. Integer, primary key, auto increment, comma. You see, that's why our slide is a bit wrong. Next, right, need this, and this, and this. Okay, so the slide is a bit wrong, but it's okay, you get the idea. Second one is how many things we need? 3 columns. We follow exactly the name. Where is the name? Oh, yeah. No, we put the English name. Occasion, state, and latest. Occasion, state, and latest. Occasion, state, and latest. Occasion, state, and latest. Occasion, text, state, text. Probably state is better to use an integer, but never mind. State and latest. This is probably better also as an integer, but never mind also. Easier. Because you can easily convert. Technically, everything you extract from the web server is all text. But did we change to integer? Oh, we follow here. Integer. Correct. Integer actually smaller. It's actually better. That's all. So when you call if you are triggering the constructor, this file is not there, this will be called. One time, that's all. Next time, you call the constructor again, they found that the DB is there, this is no longer called. End of story. Okay? But if next versions, right, because now, right, let's say you do this, right, this number 1, right, will be coded into the database. So now when you update the app, right, you can put 2, right, and then you have to do something here. If old version, this one don't copy, is 1 and new version is 2. You know that's exactly what happens. There's some phone that actually has 1, have 2 now. So usually you can do something like this, DB execute. Correct? I don't know. Probably working. Then you do something else. That's technically a bit funny. You just drop the whole table and just create the table again. Something like this. Let's say, okay, to this time we actually need the 4th column. Whatever. Something. You get the idea. You have to do something like this already. And then you lost all the data. If it's because you dropped the whole table. If not, then actually you have to do even more things. You have to create a different table and then copy over. Then very funny, very annoying also. That's why I suggest try to avoid doing this. Because I don't think apps are so complicated. You need to update the column in the table. Easier, right? Just create a new table and then just link from there. Changing an old table is very funny. Just create a new table and then put some data there. Okay? So this time we do nothing. So go back to 1. Okay? You can run this already. Once you run this, right, and you call, right, this table will be created. So just to make sure the table is all the thing is done right, come here and trigger it once. Suppose actually all our value is done here, right? We do it one here. My DB helper, new DB helper. Okay, context is main activity, not this. And then we have to create a local variable, right? No, sorry, this one should not do it here. Do it at the top. We just need one instance only. We just need one instance of the database helper. Okay? And then we store it as a field. Okay? And then make it a field. Why? Because we need to call it bottom. Okay? So you see, this is exactly this class we have created. So when we call a constructor, right? We call a constructor, it actually follows the constructor you actually decide. We only want a context. The rest of the parameter that need to be supplied to the parents, right, is hard-coded. The file name, no factory needed, and the version. Okay, after that, this one we store it as a field, so that actually you can call it from here. We need to call it once, which is here, let's say, before we end the object. So, how do you call it? You call the DB helper and call getReadableDatabase. And then, just to make sure you remember, please close it. That's all. We just do funny things only. We create the database helper one time, and then you get a getReadableDatabase, then we go and close.
Sorry, just know what is field?
No, field is here. Field means actually variable at the top. These are all field.
Oh, this is called field.
You actually never see the fix.
FIL.
FIL. This is
FIL.
You fix, right? There are two fix. Really? No. It's either a local variable or field. Local variable means here, field means go up. Because properties, right, the technical term is field of a class. A class has method has field, which is their properties also. Okay, you can run this already. We do nothing much, except that now when it launched the first time, right, this will trigger a constructor. Will trigger the database to be created, then the table created, and then that's all. So let's launch and see. Emulator, because I need to check the file. Okay, our app, right, we make sure it runs until here because technically you remember, right, our check is, if it's first, right, it's always run. Where is the first? If it's first time, it's always run. So you see it's actually loaded everything already, and then it go to my, already finished. Okay, but now I actually can have a look. Not this one. Can close this or not? Cannot. We need the screen task. Actually, we can close already. I don't need the phone anymore. Okay? Should have the folder already. This one? So you can see, I go up. See, the folder has been created. This one. This is the databases folder. So let's go inside. And then there will be a file created. Okay, exactly the name you want. So if you check the log, right, it will be called once only, that's all. Sorry. Oh, I need an emulator. This is done. Oh, the text comes in there. Okay, this is call once. If I click now, it's no longer call. Click. Come back. Oh, sorry. Exactly this app. You see, it no longer call. Because the file is being created. Means you won't touch it anymore. This file is being created once. onCreate will never be called. If you want it to be called, right, easy, I go and delete this file. Then it will be called. For example, like this. Okay, gone right. Then it will be called again. This is exactly like clear data. Okay, I click now. Because I delete the file, right, now it will be called. So you see the call again. So you see the file call again. Once the file is not there, this will be called. This will be called. But of course, since actually it's not easy to delete a file like that, right? Usually it's only called once. So you can only delete the file if you uninstall the app or go to the app and then clear data. Which usually
one is actually checking the file?
Pardon?
Which one is actually checking the file?
No, not done by us. It's automatically done. Once you actually have the file, like this one, we have the file, right? It won't call, that's all. The system just cannot create the file again.
So the system automatically
check the file. They see there's a file, onCreate will not be called because it's already created.
Even we create a dummy one, fake one,
fake one of what?
Fake file, same file name.
Oh, correct. If you put a file there, it won't be called also. Correct. Correct. And they detect this file, it won't be called. Okay, this file, let's have a look, right? SQLite 3 IoT-DB. That's why I said I still think emulator is quite nice, because can do this. Okay, you can see the table, which have two. The second one is done by us, right? The first one always there, don't bother, it's created for every add one. It's actually just to tell, I think it's got English. This is an English app. If I'm not mistaken, this is an English app. That's all. So if it's a Chinese app, it will show Chinese. ZQuest
And mix together.
No, this is not done by us. We don't care.
No,
it's not done by us. This is.
I think this one need to separate if there's a Mandarin and character.
No. I mean, this file, right, is not related. What they do. This file is not related to us one. It's actually created for all app one.
Oh.
Sorry, no need to. This one is created automatically, right? So we don't care one.
So not
for us to use one. I don't know who uses it. No, it's not related. The Chinese one actually is our layout, the value resource. Data is the one actually done by us, so can use can show schema just to make sure it's correct. Okay, so this is our schema. Create table, data, underscore ID, integer, primary key, auto increment, location tag. It seems like no error. No error means we can start already. I think. Actually, I'm a bit worried integer. There's certain use also. Now we can try and see. Okay, so if you select I, nothing inside. So now we want to add some data. Okay, to add data, right, we actually need to go back to the slide and look at this one. Where is it? We get data first. So actually, no, so we add thing first. You don't add, right, got nothing to see also. Okay? Not difficult also. Just content value, put in all the three fields with the correct type. Integer, please put integer and so on. And then just insert. Okay? So now come. So we actually have the data here. That's why I stop at here. Okay? So we need a content value. Wait. This is each value, right? Each value. Okay, we can insert here, I don't care. We don't do transaction yet. If you want, you have to figure out where to put the try. This means actually every time there is a new line, we insert one line by one line and then close the database, which is there might still safe. Why? This is actually very annoying. But sometimes it depends on you. Why? Database, if you forget to close, or you close and try to accept it, right, it's actually crash the app. But that's why I said content provider solve it also. So there's a reason why tomorrow we'll use content provider instead of doing this directly. But never mind, this is just to showcase actually how you do it. So if anything crashes also, then we will fix tomorrow. Content values, it's just the content values. Okay, 3, we need to insert 3. So one by one, values, just put in the row. Okay, this one probably check again. We are not going to insert this time auto-complete. So we need location, state, and latest. Location, state, and latest. Location. Which is locations? Values. State. And then state. We can do that because we already retrieve all the information. Okay, and then finally, what else? Latest is a bit funny. I don't think we want to put in a string. Is this a string or integer? Oh, good. It's already an integer. Can you directly? We already solved it already. We already make it an integer. So we can put in latest directly. I thought it's a string. Okay? So now this is a row. This is exactly a row. Content value is like a row in your data table. Okay? We need 3 columns. That's why I said I don't know whether this is optional. Because sometimes I see people put number, sometimes it also works. I don't know whether this will help or not. But doesn't matter since we really have 3 columns, just put 3 Okay? Okay, so now DB insert.
But if you put the 2 then
it still works also. That's why I said I don't know what's the point of putting a number also. You search, I should have search. Okay? Hey, why I so dumb man? We never have the database. Sorry, I have to modify the line just now. Now I remember we should have closed the DB, not the helper. Helper no need to close up. Wrong maybe. But can also but no need to close up. We should close the DB, not the close the DB means not. It's like a file. You open a file to write, you close the file. So then you don't hold the file. Close here means you are letting the file go. Okay, db.insert table name, data, and then values, and then now. Oh, actually now first, right? Now first. That's all. Okay, which means that whenever there is a row of value, for example, kota tinggi, state, and then value, we right away insert into the database during passing. Okay? You can do it later also, since we have the array, but this also can. Just do one time and see. Okay? This will be annoying if you refresh, because refresh will be okay. You go out, you restart the app, you probably insert the second time. Never mind, we just have a look what is inside. Because we can always clear it. Okay, I think we can run already.
The now actually is for what?
It's a now column check. Which means you don't have to use that. Okay, if you really want to know, right?
But the syntax have to be put.
Yeah, you have to. Okay. Contents values. My DB SQLite 3. Insert now column check. If you ask me what is it, I always forget how to explain. Where is the now column check? We see insert letter Android because it's only used for insert. I remember I explained one time. Sometimes users, I don't know what you're talking about because I'm also not so sure. So, because it's supposed to check for whether you have a now, the column can be now or not, or not column hack. Okay. So now if you make this now, right, you actually can insert empty row. That's all. This allow empty row. This allow empty row. So if you do this, this is varied. You can insert this row and increment the ID by 1. But all now. Now. If you don't, right, I think you have to put some string so that actually it cannot. You check for that. So now, right, that's why I say actually this is, you can read again. If you don't want to put it, if not set to now, it's actually still set to now but what is the problem actually? If it's set to now, okay, if our value is empty nothing, no column name unknown and empty row can't be inserted. Oh, actually now means cannot. Now means cannot. That's why actually we set it so that actually this is cannot. This will be. But what if I never set not now? Can also. I never set it to not now. Because if you want, actually you are supposed to set not now.
So where to check the value you can put for the column?
Pardon? No, you have to put in the column.
The column can be now
no,
or
which means if you do it like this, right? Let's say, can be an array? It's just a string. So can only do one column only. Or you can only do one column. Means something like this. If you do like this, and you don't set anything, it will just create and then they put a now into the location. And URL. And that's all.
Oh.
But if this one seems like actually say you can't do that at all. Actually I never try also. You try and see whether it fail or not. Okay. Probably fail lah. Now I know why actually you usually put now lah. So that actually you would accidentally put an empty row lah. Okay, this will avoid you crash you crash with SQLite exception lah. Okay, so now did we run this already?
Okay.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Okay? Of course, they said you no need to refresh. You do like that actually. Live one. Even the file also actually change the access directly. Okay, send. Go later. Okay, so this is the table. Okay, so you can see DB helper, right? We set up the file and the table. And then all the 3 columns of in here 4 columns. Okay, here you just need one time of creating the instance of the helper. Because you only need one instance of the helper. DB you can call as many times as you want. In this case, we create many DB. If you look at this, how many rows we inserted, we actually created a DB, we get hold of the DB, put in the record, close it. Next line we do it again and again. This is actually quite safe. Because of the problem that actually you have a DB open and then never close, then what's the problem? You will try to open it again, it crash. Okay? If you have a DB closed and you try to write and read from it, crash also lah. Okay? So might as well every time also you open, use it and then close lah. But technically later we have to change also lah. That's not a good idea also lah. I close this one first. Okay, and then this one select from all lah. So there should be something inside. This is the value lah, 52 line. Or actually 52 only. Okay? So the first, where's my mouse? The first column is the underscore ID lah, which is auto increment lah. That's why it's actually inserted and then increase itself up. Okay? This is the location, this is the state, this is the latest lah. Okay? So if you want, right, you can already play around with something like this lah. Select or from first, right? From data where this one I'm a bit very bad. If I want it to state equal to Selangor, what is the statement? State similar. Can it? There's no equal, right? Equal like that or what? What's the statement? Can one? Equal. You see, it's not like that. Where means where, right? I select all ma. Cannot one, have to put in column name already. Because it contains Selangor, it's not a column one. So means actually cannot, have to be.
I mean, you pass the not as string, right?
Oh! You see that?
You try it.
Okay, maybe you're right also. Oh, correct. Correct. So this is actually, so actually you can do exactly the same thing in Android. Then actually you can retrieve Selangor and so on. That's how you query up lah. Okay. So the one problem actually is our app, right, never know what to do if you have data again. So 52 now. So actually our app doesn't really work if you exit and come back. Okay? Why? Because if you remember, you call the first is first and then you retrieve everything and then it's now got 104 already. Should have 104 already. Can I go up? Cannot. Because it do it again and insert multiple times. And then there's no sorting also. If you want to sort, right, sort is like this, right? From data. How to sort like this?
Order like
Oh, very good. Order by
something.
Column name, right? What is the location? So you can see all double lah. Okay. That's all. Okay, so now we can continue of doing something to solve this problem. You see now a bit annoying lah. Actually, how you want to do the DB is actually annoying lah. So actually you can delete every row lah.
Drop.
No, we just want to delete every row. Delete. Like this ah? No, sorry, delete dot. Like that ah? Oh, very good ah. So, hey,